Does your evening food choice illuminate or darken your next day? It seems alarming to claim that something as trivial as a nighttime snack can pose serious health risks. However, many are unaware of the power of the foods they consume indiscriminately. Many seniors, confident in the harmless taste of their favorite dessert or drink, ignore that these moments of pleasure can be fatal. The impact is sly. Glucose spikes, chronic inflammation, insomnia, all of this accumulates, silently contributing to a dangerous stroke scenario. It's disturbing to realize that such small choices have such large effects. It seems absurd that a bit of cheese or an irresistible slice of cake can turn body harmony into a battlefield. However, the solution is within our reach. Want to know how to avoid these risks without giving up pleasure at the table? Stay with me and discover simple and effective strategies to transform your nighttime diet and protect your heart and mental health. 1. Aged yellow cheeses. These delicious pieces of flavor hide a little secret: the presence of tyramine. If you have high blood pressure, attention. Imagine enjoying some good cheese at a dinner, only to find your blood pressure soaring. Real cases have shown people having to rush to the hospital because of this. Replacing with fresher cheeses can be a good idea, keeping the taste without the risks. It's not hard to fall for a cheese and wine platter, is it? But if your heart can't keep up with this pace, it's time to consider an alternative. Swapping aged Parmesan for cottage cheese or ricotta can prevent small big scares. And if deep down you can't imagine life without that strong taste, how about indulging only occasionally, huh? Tyramine, this tricky component, can be a trap for those with hypertension, but the taste of good, fresh cheeses doesn't have to be entirely forgotten. Going to a local market and exploring new options can be an enriching experience. Another advantage is that fresher cheeses are generally cheaper, so at the end of the month, your wallet will also thank you. It's always good to remember that not everyone is equally affected, but it's certain that those who have felt the effects need to double their care. By taking these precautions, you can enjoy life's pleasures without sacrificing health. And remember, listening to your body is essential. It gives signals when something isn't right. For those who really can't live without it, combining it with foods that help control blood pressure can be a smart strategy. Adding fruits like banana and green vegetables can balance the effect. Therefore, when setting up your gourmet delights, think about these combinations and continue enjoying these moments safely and pleasantly. 2. Processed meats and cold cuts. Now let's talk about cold cuts. Yes, that ham at breakfast may seem harmless, but it hides a significant amount of sodium and nitrates. Who doesn't love a slice of salami and a quick snack? But it's crucial to know that these small pleasures can, over time, become health villains. With moderation and smart substitutions, you can maintain pleasure without the health risks. Depending on your taste, the idea of reducing cold cuts may seem challenging, but have you tried options like turkey breast or shredded chicken? These are great for adding a special touch without compromising arterial health. Small changes in daily eating habits can result in great long-term benefits. Think of it as an investment in quality of life. While the smoky flavor is tempting, the long-term effects may not be worth it. The relationship between excess sodium and hypertension is well known, and no one wants to spoil a good meal with worries about heart health, right? Gradual reduction is an effective strategy. Start slowly, replacing in a few meals, and extend the practice over the weeks. Each meal has the potential to become a nutritious and gourmet experience. Just use creativity. Try natural seasonings, like fresh herbs, which can replace the salty taste and bring new aromas to the dish. Your body will thank you, and so will your mind, as exploring new flavors can be a pleasurable stimulus. Finally, it's important to listen to our body and adapt our diet. Conscious consumption is the key to balancing health and dietary pleasure. After all, we can enjoy a good meal without sacrificing our health. Moderation and awareness are powerful allies in this journey to well-being. 3. Refined sugar and sweets. Refined sugar, that white granule that seems harmless, can be a major cause of silent inflammations in the body. When consumed at night, the impact is even greater because the metabolism is already slower in glucose spikes, affecting even the quality of sleep. You know that habit of having a little sweet after dinner? Well, it might be sabotaging the rest your body desperately needs. A lighter and safer alternative at this time is fruit with cinnamon or even a piece of 70% chocolate. Industrialized sweets also carry colorings, additives, and bad fats. Those living with diabetes or on the verge of developing the condition need to hit this break gently but without guilt. Swapping a creamy dessert for baked fruits with honey and nuts can be a guilt-free delight. The key is to escape the habit of using sweets as a reward and start seeing food as quality fuel. Sugar, when consumed frequently, is like throwing gasoline on a fire of chronic inflammation. And if the heat doesn't burn today, it burns slowly inside over time. To break this cycle, it's worth trying simple strategies like cutting half the sugar from your coffee and swapping ready-made products for homemade versions. Your palate will adapt, as long as you remain consistent and patient. Some people, unknowingly, consume hidden sugars in sauces, breads, and juices. Therefore, more than just cutting out the nightly cake, it's essential to be aware of these camouflage sweets that sabotage without giving signs. Whenever possible, read labels and choose products with a short ingredient list. Less is more. Remember that every time you pick a package at the market, the imbalance of sugar in the body affects much more than just the scale. It compromises mood, sleep, and the functioning of vital organs. A person who sleeps poorly due to high glucose will likely wake up in a vicious cycle of tiredness and a craving for more sugar. That's why nighttime is a crucial moment to shield the body from these sugary traps. 4. Fried foods and trans fats. Fried foods seem irresistible, especially with the TV on late at night or during a movie, don't they? But this fleeting pleasure brings long-lasting consequences. Trans fats in fried foods embed in the walls of arteries like cement, hindering blood circulation. Over time, this becomes a fertile ground for serious problems like strokes. Swapping fried foods for something baked or grilled can save much more than just your heart. It can save your life. It's no exaggeration to say that trans fats age blood vessels. They rob arteries of flexibility, which over time even affects the brain. A simple swap, like oven-baked sweet potato chips instead of deep-fried potatoes, helps a lot. You still enjoy the crunchy taste, but without the high cost to your health. And all this can be done quickly in an air fryer, you know? These fats also attack the liver, which struggles with overload every time it encounters them. Have you ever wondered why you sometimes wake up bloated, feeling heavy even without eating much? It might be last night's fried food sabotaging everything inside. It's at these times that lightness on the plate becomes an ally of deep well-being. Now, if the craving for crunchiness is uncontrollable, the tip is to use whole grain flours and bake with olive oil, which, unlike trans fats, help protect the heart. The flavor may be different at first, but the body responds with more energy, less discomfort, and surprisingly better sleep. And when we sleep well, we live better. Avoiding fried foods is one of the greatest acts of care you can give your body. It's not about deprivation, it's about protection, and it doesn't mean never eating your favorite snack again. It just doesn't need to be part of your routine, especially not at night. Treat food as a long-term investment, one that brings tranquility and strength. 5. Coffee and caffeinated drinks. Coffee is the inseparable friend of many, but having an espresso at night can be more treacherous than it seems. Caffeine is a stimulant that tricks the brain, stealing the chance for restful sleep and messing with heart rhythm. Have you thought about swapping evening coffee for a nice chamomile tea or a relaxing herbal infusion? It can make a huge difference in the quality of your rest. And it's not just coffee that hides caffeine, but also sodas and some energy drinks. Imagine being sleepy but unable to sleep because your heart won't slow down. This can turn into a tiring night battle. Some people report that cutting out caffeine at least 4 hours before sleeping was key to improving their sleep. It's one of those details that, when adjusted, transform your night. The amount of caffeine in energy drinks is another point of attention. They promise quick energy, but after a peak comes a sharp drop that affects mood and disposition. A good strategy is to keep these products away from the end of the day. Replacing them with a light walk or meditation can be a refreshing, risk-free alternative. The truth is, caffeine's effects vary from person to person. While some have more resistance, others face sleepless nights. For those who suffer from insomnia, reevaluating consumption can be a liberating strategy. By adjusting small doses and timing, you may rediscover the pleasure of deep rest. Remember, a good night starts with the right choice of what to consume as the day wanes. By prioritizing natural relaxants, there is an improvement not only in sleep, but also in mental and cardiovascular health. 6. Instant soups. Instant soups are convenient. But beware, excess sodium in them can be an enemy of your blood pressure and a silent villain. Many are unaware that just one portion already exceeds the daily recommended salt limit. Try preparing a homemade soup where you control the seasoning. Besides being healthier, it's a special treat for your own body. The preservatives in these soups are also a cause for concern. They extend the product's shelf life, but can wear away your health when consumed excessively. Have you thought about using fresh herbs and real vegetables to enrich the flavor without compromising health? It can be done in little time, and your body will thank you for the effort. Garlic, onion, and dried herbs can replace those industrial broths in creating a striking flavor. Cooking your own version allows you to add lean protein sources and nutrient-rich vegetables that don't overload the body. It's an act of love that perpetuates well-being. If time is an issue, how about preparing extra portions to freeze? That way, you have a practical, healthy meal at hand whenever you need it. Just heat and savor, ensuring that even when rushed, dinner brings happiness and health. This small change in routine offers comfort and control over what we eat. These soups are just the beginning of a dietary transformation. Remember that what you put on your plate determines the energy you carry. Making this decision is choosing a life of balance, providing lasting physical and emotional returns. 7. Sugary and energy drinks. Sugary drinks often appear as a refreshing choice, but they can transform your health in the blink of an eye. Full of sugar and caffeine, they cause a glucose spike that quickly drops, leaving you with less energy than before. A classic example is soda at night, which may seem irresistible but can potentially interfere with your sleep. Swap it for sparkling water with lemon or unsweetened iced tea. These are delicious and healthier alternatives. These drinks also carry the risk of promoting weight gain and metabolic problems. Regular consumption of energy drinks can affect mood and even cause anxiety. Adjusting your routine to include natural drinks, like fresh fruit juices diluted in water, helps maintain hydration and avoid unpleasant surprises in the mirror or at the doctor's office. Caffeine and energy drinks can also accumulate in the body, harming the heart and causing irregular heartbeats. It's not uncommon to see people struggling for a peaceful night after consuming these drinks, gradually replacing them with caffeine-free alternatives, especially at night, can reverse these effects in a short time. For those who are fans of homemade energy drinks, a good idea is to harness the natural energy of foods. Try morning smoothies with spinach, banana, and oats to start the day energetically without resorting to industrialized products. Good quality proteins and fibers do wonders for energy and mood. Finally, it's important to be aware of what goes into your glass. When choosing more natural and balanced beverages, you increase the quality of life and invest in longevity. 8. White breads and cookies. White breads and cookies are comfortable and practical, but their composition rich and refined. Carbohydrates offers no lasting benefits. When consumed, these carbohydrates quickly raise blood sugar levels, but soon this energy evaporates, taking with it both vitality and stability. Attempting to substitute with whole grain or seed breads can be the key to a healthier metabolism and sustained energy throughout the day. That white toast at breakfast may seem harmless, but know that its fast digestion can promote inflammation and impair gut health. Simple measures, such as incorporating fiber and protein-rich foods into the first meal of the day, make all the difference. Whole foods bring longevity to what we eat, nourishing the body in a balanced and enjoyable way. When the craving for cookies hits, why not try homemade versions with oats and honey? They offer a delicious taste, but without the glucose spikes that industrial cookies provoke. Moreover, these nutritious versions can be prepared in large quantities to store and consume during the week, making daily routines easier. Opting for a diet that prioritizes balance and quality is a valuable step in the quest for well-being. Home baking can also turn into a hobby where you choose ingredients and explore new flavors. This type of activity not only nourishes the body, but also alleviates stress and promotes personal satisfaction. With so many options available, It's about redefining what we consume daily. Choosing whole grain breads and healthy cookies helps. Avoid the risks associated with refined ones. It's an adjustment that, in the long term, results in strengthened health and balanced mood, showing that taking care of oneself is a constant act of love. 9. Processed sauces and condiments. Processed sauces and condiments are true chameleons in the kitchen, discreet but full of unwanted surprises. These products often hide high levels of preservatives, sugar, and sodium, all ingredients that our health prefers to avoid. Imagine that ketchup you love, tasty but full of additives that can raise blood pressure and destabilize glucose. Opting for homemade versions can be delightful for both palate and health. Ready-made sauces are a boon for quick meals, but at the cost of ingredients that, in excess, harm cardiovascular health. An easy way to circumvent this is to use spices and fresh herbs to season salads and dishes, bringing aroma and flavor without the downsides. This transforms each meal into an opportunity to create and experiment. And it's not just sodium that worries, but also the hidden sugars that silently attack metabolic health. Making fresh tomato sauce, for instance, allows complete control over what you ingest, balancing flavor and nutrition without sacrificing the dish's essence. Furthermore, this practice promotes food safety and confidence in the kitchen. Substitution is not only healthier, but often tastier. Combining fresh ingredients like garlic, basil, and olive oil makes a pesto that outshines any store-bought one. This type of preparation values natural flavors and fills the house with delicious aromas. Transforming how we view condiments is essential for improving our quality of life. When you choose the ingredients and prepare your own food, you significantly reduce chemical additive intake. This is a significant gain for both health and dining pleasure, making every meal a conscious celebration. 10. Ice cream and dairy desserts. Ice cream after dinner. So tempting, but don't be fooled by the high levels of sugar and fat that can sabotage your night's rest. When consumed at night, these sweets interfere with digestion and promote inflammation, deeply affecting sleep. Try substituting with natural yogurts with sliced fruits or frozen banana versions. They offer the same freshness with a dose of health. Dairy desserts carry with them a load of lactose and sugars that don't always agree with our digestive system. Some people report that digestion itself is troublesome, while for others, the problem is the feeling of heaviness in the stomach. Experimenting with plant-based alternatives, like mango sorbet, is an interesting way to continue enjoying with more lightness and less guilt. High sugar not only interferes with sleep, but can also mess with hormones that regulate hunger and satiety. A valuable tip is to save sweet moments for the day when the body is more disposed and capable of processing sugars efficiently. This helps avoid glycemic peaks before bed that destabilize metabolism. Investing in homemade desserts can not only be a pleasurable pastime, but a powerful way to ensure the quality of what we eat. Swapping condensed milk for coconut milk and sweetening with honey or dates lends a unique flavor without the burden of dyes and preservatives. Creating these delights becomes an enriching and fun experience. Like everything in life, it's a matter of choices. By choosing healthier options, we are not only taking care of our bodies, but also celebrating food pleasantly, sustainably, and consciously. The reward is living each day with more energy and vitality, enjoying enduring and balanced health. Can you imagine living fully without the weight of health concerns? Dietary choices have the power to transform this vision into reality. Reviewing the knowledge we've discussed, are you ready to take the first step? How about starting today by revisiting that traditional snack and discovering new alternatives? What will you choose to nourish yourself at night? Change begins with small actions that together build a path of lasting health and well-being. Now it's up to you. Test these tips and see the positive effect on your body and sleep. It's time to take control. It's time to live more and better. Did you like these tips? Don't keep it to yourself. Subscribe to our channel, activate notifications, and continue this journey of food knowledge and transformation. Because living well is a choice we make day by day.